He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
All we have is our constitutional republic that protects us from tyranny. Once that hedge is removed, their society descends into total oppression. Your phone calls are coming up on this Sunday edition, 888-201-2244, 888-201-2244, or locally in Central Texas, 512-646-1776. And I did find the subsections here where they talk about the stage nuke attack. So I'm going to be going over that. Why does FEMA want this removed? They posted NLE 09 publicly. Why are they desperate to cover up NLE 010? Then I'm going to get into what's happening on the banking front. They want to codify even more power for the banks to do whatever they want. And they want to pass this new bill that Dodd's got introduced. So we'll be going over that to give unlimited power and funding. They basically already have it to the banks to steal even more money from the American people. And then I have other stories like this one. I remember years ago reading about this in the development of 3D television. It's different than 3D movies. 3D TV health warning. Tuning in can cause confusion, nausea, and even fits, says electronic giant. So it's literal mind control that is going on with this system. In fact, I'm looking for my banking stack. I had a whole banking stack here that deals with what the oh yes, here it is. Obama, fresh crisis without new financial rules. So engaged in psychological terrorism, financial terrorism, saying give me even more power or we'll have a new financial crisis. And then SEC accuses Goldman of fraud in housing deal. That's Satan investigating himself. And now we know the truth. The financial meltdown wasn't a mistake. It was a con. Update, Obama pushes bank reform, lashes out at Republicans. U.S. Senate climate bill to be unveiled. That's a new funding mechanism for the banks. That is all coming up after the break, after we take your phone calls at 888-201-2244. And I would hope that you would call in about U.S. military with Mexican troops just killing people on the U.S. border with Mexico. I would hope you would want to talk about how they're clearly, I mean, if you didn't see it 3 months ago and I was warning you every day about it, I know a lot of you have got to see it now, how they're saying, gee, I hope there didn't have to be a big terror attack in America to shut down these tea parties. Meanwhile, the Democrats are caught red-handed dressing up like Nazis trying to demonize anybody. And the polls show 40% are Democrats or independents that are members. They are afraid of the people in a true populist constitutional movement getting together, and they are apt to do anything. This isn't some slow revolution happening. This is private banks engaged in financial terrorism and a overthrow of our country, bankrupting us by design. Again, 888-201-2244. Do we have the phone system open yet? We are open. Good. We will take your calls coming up in the next segment, and then I will... I mean, you knew it was going to happen, and it did. There's an earthquake in Haiti, an earthquake in Chile. They say it's global warming. Now they're saying the volcano's global warming. I mean, there is no end to this. We're going to tie that in with a serious threat, the super volcano that's centered in and around areas of Colorado and Old Faithful, and that whole area. This is part of living on this planet. This planet is in constant change. But don't worry, you can pay a tax to Al Gore, and he'll wave a magic wand and fix all of those problems. It's coming up after this quick break. Again, more of your calls straight ahead and a ton of important news we haven't even gotten to yet. Infowars.com. Invisible Empire is now premiered at prisonplanet.tv. Okay, if you just joined us, there's Mexican helicopters, troops running around all over South Texas and West Texas. That's in the news. My internal sources in law enforcement and the military have confirmed that U.S. forces are backing Mexican forces on the U.S. side in a giant violation of U.S. sovereignty, murdering people coming across the border they claim are drug dealers involved in criminal activity. Just incredible police state unfolding. FEMA's having internal drills for nukes going off inside the United States. Obama and Clinton are saying nukes going off in the U.S. are the greatest threat, and that domestic groups, what the head of the FBI said Friday, are as big a threat as, quote, al-Qaeda or al-Qaeda. Clinton says he hopes there doesn't have to be a big terror attack to shut down the Tea Parties, and that he demonized the Internet as bad, and that it's causing all this anger. No. We've had $28 trillion, according to Bloomberg, the last year and a half stolen. We've got 20+% real unemployment. The economy's falling apart, and now they're back with the new banker bailout. It's not a bailout, it's a robbery. And so the establishment's saying, sit down and shut up to the American people, or we're going to say you're racist. Oh, that doesn't make you sit down and shut up. What does it have to do with race to say you don't want banks raping you? And now they're saying, okay, well, maybe you're a terrorist. Gee, I hope there doesn't have to be a terror attack. And thank God Limbaugh and Savage and others see this for what it is. Savage is on the record saying he believes they're going to stage a big terror attack. Limbaugh says if something does happen, it may be staged. And that this is, I mean, how obvious if they do stage something? They're hyping it, then it happens. I mean, this is a revolution by offshore criminal banks, a private corporate hostile takeover of the country. And people better grow up and get involved and get angry and speak out. Because if we become aware of false flags, self-inflicted wound, inside job events, if we become aware of this tactic, it then nullifies this tool to a great extent. They're saying they want to use Northcom, 400,000 U.S. troops domestically in the U.S. That's Army Times. We cover it all in Fall of the Republic. We cover it in the Obama deception. These films have all the government's documents and news articles. They're training the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts to spy on their parents. They've got naked body scanners in the airports. All over the country, schools are watching kids at home in bed off their government-issued laptops. This isn't Kansas anymore. What happened in Germany, what happened in Russia, what happened in China, what happened in Cambodia, what happened in Cuba, what happened in Vietnam, what happened in Venezuela, what happened in Argentina under right-wing and left-wing governments is happening. Criminals get in, they decide to go for it all. We got the government, let's stage some events and take over this society. Don't say it can't happen here, folks. It is happening here. The Pentagon works for offshore banks. I mean, the Pentagon's out promoting global warming. The Pentagon is out promoting peak oil, so there's not enough oil. I mean, it's not our average military people. It's the propaganda system. Our country isn't run by the people of the nation. Look at all the lies government's told you. Look at all the things that have happened. Okay, coming up, I want to get into the new banking law they want to pass to further loot you and your family. You think the health care is eluding? You think the banker bailout's eluding? You think the VAT tax they're calling for and the carbon taxes are eluding? You ain't seen nothing yet. Let's talk to Proof in Las Vegas, Nevada, site of one of the government drills to nuke. Go ahead, Proof.
Hey, thanks, Alex. And I want to thank you so much for bringing this article to our attention regarding Vegas. And I have given you so much props for showing us stuff like this before everybody else. What I would like to know, Alex, is now that NLE-10, when it was scrapped off the website, was that scrapped for good, or was that just hushed because they can't keep the word out?
All right, let me stop you right there. For PrisonPlanet.tv viewers, I will actually show you the mainstream news articles and the document right now. This has not been scrubbed. That's what's so asinine. A county and a city separately posted these because a lot of government people in local areas aren't clear about documents and FOIA, so they post their documents. And this has been in the Christian Science Monitor. This has been in the Associated Press. And we have links to those articles about it. So this would be like FEMA calling newspapers up and saying, don't talk about the ash plume over Europe. Or don't talk about the Winter Olympics. I mean, it's on record, okay? But here's the document. I'll give people a close shot that people don't want folks to see. You go to Infowars.com, and there is an article titled National Level Exercise 2010 Exercise Overview. There's another one. Why is FEMA trying to cover up NLE 10? And here is the, let me see how many pages. Yeah, 10-page document they don't want you to see. How they're running local police, how they're federalizing, how they're drilling for a IND nuclear terror attack. And they say that here in the document. Let me flip to that page. For folks that just joined us. I just marked it during the 2 segments ago. But, I mean, this is all up on the website, sir. If you want to go read this NLE 10, here it is. It says, reflective of past exercise lessons learned partnering to nuclear scenarios. That's page 2.